The 9-3 Miami Dolphins take on the 4-8 Tennessee Titans tomorrow night on Monday Night Football, and this game could get out of hand pretty quick. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Titan Uprising here. If you guys are new to the channel, please subscribe. For you guys that have been with me since day one, appreciate you guys. Appreciate the support. I apologize for I have not made a video in about a week. Sorry also if I end up stuttering or whatever because I'm a little cloudy still. I had COVID for about the past week, and man, it really I still have it in my head. I'm still stuffy, a little bit of a headache. The first few days were really rough for me. My family had it as well, so it sucked seeing them with it, and then me as well. It wasn't a fun time. I'm glad it's past us. Glad it did not hit us right on Christmas because I got sick last year at Christmas. So pretty unfortunate and unlucky with that. I don't get sick very often, but always once a year, right around Christmas time. So hey, at least it didn't hit me on Christmas this year. We're on the up and up. I'm about 80% back. But like I said, I do apologize. I'm still a little foggy up here. Not exactly sure if that's a side effect or not, but sometimes I find myself pronouncing things or misspeaking. So I do apologize. We're going to dive into this though. And the Tennessee Titans, like I said, play the Miami Dolphins tomorrow night, Monday Night Football. I'm excited for this. It's prime time. It's your favorite team playing. Everybody's watching. How can you not get excited? Granted, the 4-8 Tennessee Titans are not making the playoffs this year. That sucks. Even if they were to win out, they're not going to make it at 9-8. It's just not going to happen. The AFC is loaded. But it gives us a test or a measurement, if you want to say, against one of the elite teams in the NFL, because Miami is one of the elite teams in the NFL, and we're going to see how we stack up against them and how far off we are. We're going to be able to see what Will Levis will look like and other parts of the team as well, and that's what I'm excited for, because I want to see what this team can do the rest of the way, the stretch. We know we're out of the playoffs. You even heard DeAndre Hopkins say it in his last interview. So if this team knows they're out, I want to see guys still competing. I want to see guys still playing their tails off. And I want to see who those are. I want to see who's giving up and who doesn't care. I'm really just looking at these next few games, and I want to see what this team has in them. If they still have some fight, what guys want to be here. Can we build on next season? Can we get on some type of a run maybe? Granted, we won't make the playoffs, but we can at least go in with our head held high, and let's see what the rest of the season brings us and see what we can do tomorrow night. So to dive into this more, obviously the Miami Dolphins, they're elite. They're currently the number 1 seed in the AFC. Wasn't that long ago that we were, right guys? But that's who the Dolphins are, the best team in the AFC. They are truly one of the elite football teams. The Titans are the complete opposite. They are one of the worst football teams in the league. And like I said, it's going to be interesting to see how we match up with them, especially this offense that the Miami Dolphins have, because this offense is an absolute powerhouse. The Dolphins are second in points per game, where they average 32 points. The Titans are 25th, where they average 17.8 points per game. Quite a big difference there. The Dolphins' defense is 21st in scoring, where they give up an average of 22.2. The Titans' defense is tied for 16th, where they give up an average of 21.3. Not that much of a difference there. I don't think that's going to matter that much either, because the Titans haven't faced an offense like this all season. Not like the Dolphins. These rankings won't matter at the end of the day, because the Titans are going to give up more than 21 points, in my opinion, especially with some of the injuries, which we will get to a little bit later. And the Titans, guys, just like last year, they can score in the first half of football games, but they cannot do a damn thing in the second half. And it is just mind-boggling. This is a problem for 2 years now. I'm more looking forward to the second half of this football game, more so than I am the first half, because I want to see what this team comes out like in the second half and what they do in offense. I'm sick of seeing the same crap every game. let's see something different. Now, Mike Vrabel has already broken precedents, right, when he fired special teams coordinator Craig Ackerman last week after the absolutely terrible, awful, however, whatever else negative you want to say, performance, which got the NFL's best punter out for the season on IR. And guys, man, the 2 blocked punts consecutively, you can't have that. And that's why the guy got fired. And that was just atrocious to see with your favorite team. Man, that sucked. He deserved to be fired. I'm glad he got fired. But Mike Vrabel has never done this before in his tenure as the Tennessee Titans head coach. He has not done it. He has not fired anybody midseason. Remember, last year we all wanted Todd Downing fired, and he said it won't make a difference to change coordinators in season. Well, guess what? I think it would have, especially if you were going to promote Tim Kelly anyways. Give these guys a taste of what the offense is going to be like this year when they were playing last year. But he didn't do it. So whether that came from above, when it came from either Rand or Miss Amy, I don't know. But he did break precedents, and he did this. So I'm keeping an eye on that now. And it also lets me know that, hey, if he's willing to fire a coordinator in the season, this better put everybody on notice. So I'm not saying Tim Kelly needs to go, but he needs to coach one of his best games on primetime television where you know everybody's watching. And he better continue to coach good games the rest of the season, especially, like I said earlier, in the second half of the football game. Or his chair could get hot pretty quick. The offense is going to be tasked with keeping pace with the best offense in the AFC. And the reason I say the best offense in the AFC is because I think the Dallas Cowboys have the best offense in the entire NFL. Remember how I told you the second best scoring offense is Miami's? The first is the Dallas Cowboys. So this is the best offense in the AFC. You see other teams like the Bills and the Chiefs struggling, and Joe Burrow's hurt with the Bengals, and Ravens are up and down. Sometimes they're a defensive game, and sometimes the offense takes off like it did today. But, guys, this is the best offense in the AFC. This is the fastest team in the NFL. They're a track star team. Now, you're being tasked to keep pace with them. I really want to see what we do there. I mean, let's see how the offensive line continues to gel as well, because that's going to be a big thing for us in order to keep up with this potent Miami Dolphins offense. Our offensive line is going to have to hold back the Miami Dolphins defense, because, as you guys know, the Tennessee Titans offensive line has sucked for years. Now, the part I'm really looking at here is Jalen Duncan at left tackle and Peter Skoronski at left guard. Both rookies. Skoronski obviously was a first-round pick. Duncan, I think, was like a sixth-round pick, if I remember correctly, out of Maryland. So I want to see how Duncan does, because if we got a steal at the end of the draft last year with Duncan, we can solidify our left side. Now, something that stood out to me last game with Derrick Henry running the football is you had Duncan at left tackle and Skoronski left guard. The left side, when he was running it to the left, he was getting room. Derrick Henry had lanes last week, which is why he went over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns. And he broke that long run off on the left side when he went down the sideline. That was a run on the left. It reminded me of when Taylor Dewan was there. He said run left, right? So I'm excited to see Duncan the rest of the way. He's definitely was improved there at run blocking. Let's see how he can do his pass protection. He did give up a few sacks too. So, if we got a steal there, I'll be happy. Hopefully we can solidify our left tackle with a 6th-round pick, and I'll be happy. I also want to see something else I'm looking for out of this offense. I want to see Burks. What can Treylon Burks do? Last week was just, I feel like, to get him acclimated again, because if you listen to his interview when he said he didn't remember Pittsburgh at all, he had to ask if we won or lost. He got messed up. And we knew that when everybody rushed over to him and he was unconscious. He forgot the whole game. That sucks. This guy has had 2 fluke injuries with concussions. He's not concussion prone. He's just had 2 fluke injuries with concussions. He needs to stay healthy. I want to see him get targets. I want to see him be the playmaker he can be. He needs to get targeted because he wasn't even targeted last week. And let's see if he can get some action and build towards next year. Because that's what I'm looking for right now, is to build towards next year. If we go in flat the rest of the way, I'm not really looking forward to too much next year. I'm really not. And then obviously, Will Levis. I want to see he continue to grow. He's missed open guys. He's not made it through all of his reads a couple of times. I've noticed he knows it. He's said that he's played poorly before. But like last week when he had a strip fumble or interception, however you want to say it, and the guy caught it, he went down there and forced a fumble and recovered it. Guys, this guy has what I say is it. He has it. He cares. He wants to win. He will put the team on his back, and he will do what it takes to win. I want that. He's a competitor. He got into it with DeAndre Hopkins on the sideline, and probably shouldn't have done that, but guess what? It means the guy cares. It means DeAndre Hopkins respects him because he didn't chew his head off after. So guess what? I want to see that fire out of our quarterback. I really do. We have not seen that in a while. We didn't see it with Mariota. We didn't see it with Tannehill. I'm trying to think of the last time we saw that, really. Think about it. When's the last time we saw that type of fire out of our quarterback? Do we have to go all the way back to McNair? I think so. I'm trying to think of the last time a quarterback got that heated, that fired up. I want to see that. Now, that's what I'm looking for the offense. I will get into the defense after I go through the injuries because the defense is going to be missing our star-studded, yeah, you know who we're talking about. But I'm going to go through injuries real quick with the Dolphins, the Titans, and then I'm going to go off of the defense, off the injuries, and then we'll conclude it from there. So the Dolphins, they're going to be without starting right guard Robert Hunt, and he will most likely be replaced by Liam Eichenberg, and left tackle Teron Armstead and safety Javon Holland are both listed as questionable. I expect Armstead to play, but Holland could probably miss again. He missed last week. He has knee issues in both knees, so there's a possibility that he might miss. But I do expect Armstead to play. Now, if Armstead does not play, that's huge. He's a good tackle. Linebacker Jerome Baker, he was put in the IR Saturday. Not many injuries for this team, guys. They're pretty healthy. They're going to make some... This is a good team with not a lot of injuries. They're scary. They're dangerous. They're making noise this year, guys. Now, the Titans, they were relatively healthy last week. I remember doing the video for it, pull up the injury reports. Basically nothing. Man, is that different this week. And I'll pop it up for you here right now. We'll start at the top here. Cornerback Christian Fulton, hamstring, did not practice Thursday or Friday or Saturday, and he is out. Now, like I said, the reason I wanted to wait to the defense is because there's some injuries on the defense, and I want to go off of it. Now, Christian Fulton being out, in my opinion, is actually, man, it might be a blessing. I don't wish injuries on anybody. I hope he can get healthy and stay healthy, but I'm sick of him getting burnt and toasted on every play, it feels like, in the game. Every time I look, he's getting a defensive pass interference call on him. Let's see what else we can do. Let's see if we can put Guerrero out there or any of the other younger corners that we have. Let's put them out there, okay? Even if you look towards the bottom, even Anthony Kendall. Let's just see what else we got out there, because I'm telling you right now, Christian Fulton ain't it. Get him off the field. Linebacker Joe Jones, finger, he's on IR. Defensive tackle Jeffrey Simmons, knee, did not practice all this week, and he is out. He is not on IR. They said it'll be a couple games. Like I said, I wanted to wait to talk about the defense because of, the injuries we had here. And Jeffrey Simmons, that's a big one, obviously. That's our best player on defense. Might be our best player on the entire roster. Man, that's a big loss. The Miami Dolphins, missing their starting right guard, Robert Hunt. That is not as impactful as it would have been if Jeffrey Simmons played. If Jeffrey Simmons played and their starting right guard was not active, man, you know where he'd be lining up, and you know he'd have a couple sacks this game. But he's not here, so, we're going to need guys. We're going to need, like, Harold Landry to get some pressure. We're going to need Arden Key to get some pressure. We're going to need Tier Tart to get in there and cause some havoc. But as you see towards the bottom, Tier Tart, limited participation. He's questionable. It says non-injury related personal. I don't know what's going on there. But he's questionable, so we don't know what's going to happen. Our interior, those are our two best interior defensive linemen. They're both might be out. One's definitely out. We don't know about the other one. I'm a little worried about that. I really am, guys. Tier Tart, yeah, he's a big run stopper for us, and he can get after the quarterback as well, which is rare. I'm worried about this defense keeping up, or I shouldn't say keeping up. Well, yeah, maybe keeping up, being able to catch the Miami Dolphins players. I mean, they don't just have Tyreek Hill. They have Jalen Waddle. Jalen Waddle would be a wide receiver 1 on our roster if we didn't have Hopkins. He still might be a number 1 because he's younger than Hopkins. Hopkins is a wide receiver 1, but he's not the way he was 5 years ago, but he's still the best receiver on our team. Imagine having him and Waddle, man. But Waddle's Waddle is like I said, a wide receiver 1 on many teams. We could use a guy like him. But they got him and Hill. Whew. That's just scary. How are we going to stop that? They're so fast. And our corners aren't that fast either. Fulton sure as hell isn't. He's gotten burnt all the time. Sean Murphy, he's going to have his hands full. He really is. We're going to need him big time. Now I'll go down here. Punter, Ryan Stonehouse. Talked about him earlier. He's on IR, knee injury, thanks to our ex-special teams coordinator at being crappy at his job. He's out for the rest of the season. That sucks. He led the NFL in punting average. He was going to be a Pro Bowler, probably an All-Pro again this year. Not sure if you can even get voted again if he's hurt. I'm not sure. If you guys know, let me know down below. I'm not sure how that works. We have a special punter. I'm hoping he comes back stronger. That sucks seeing that. Really does. Get better, Stoney. Defensive lineman, Danico Autry. Sorry, I skipped the guy. Tight end, Josh Wiley. Knee out. That sucks. I'm high on Josh. You guys know that. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's going to be a lot better next year. I really do. He's already shown me flashes this year, enough for me to see it. And I do think he's going to continue to build and grow next year. Defensive lineman, Danico Autry, full participation. Center, Aaron Brewer, limited. None of these guys have Saturday status, so I imagine all these guys are going to play, so I'll just run through them. Luke Gifford, Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, TK McClendon, Terrell Edmonds, nice to have him back. Will Levis, Trevon Wesco, Daniel Brunskill, which I think he's going to tough that out. He'll be in there. Definitely need him. That was a good signing for us. Anthony Kendall, and then like we talked about earlier, Tier Tart. Definitely some big names on there, obviously. You have to list everybody. This is a big list, but a lot of it's just, these guys are banged up, as you can tell. These guys are banged up. Our whole roster is banged up. I think I'd like to see Will Levis' athleticism a little bit more, but I'm thinking it's not what I expected because of his ankle injury. I really do think so. So, let's get healthy. Let's finish strong the rest of the season, guys. And now injury report's done. Now, guys, I'm going to conclude this real quick for you. Now, Mike Vrabel, he's going to get this team ready for prime time. He's going to give it all he's got. He always does. Mike Vrabel's a good coach. Now, you guys have heard me, whether it's in Bleacher Report, Twitter, or even videos that I post on here, say that is coaching a problem. I believe it is a problem. Do I believe Mike Vrabel is a problem as a head coach? Yes and no. Now, why I say that is because he's got to stop hiring his buddies, okay? Stop hiring your buddies. Hire externally, okay? Shane Bowen, defensive coordinator, we all wanted his head a couple years ago. And then Jim Schwartz comes in, and the defense takes off. Jim Schwartz leaves, and the defense takes a step back. Wonder why that is. Tell you what, it's not because Shane Bowen's a good defense coordinator. It's because Jim Schwartz was a good defense coordinator and helped them out. And also, Vrabel's supposed to be a defensive head coach. Our defense is talented enough to be doing some good things. Sometimes our front, which is supposed to be one of our strengths, doesn't get any pressure. A lot of our money is in our front. And I can't remember who commented on one of my videos, and you're a regular watcher. I know you are. I'm sorry for not having your name right now. But you even said on one of my videos, you expect performance out of where your money's at. Our money's in our defensive line. Why are we not getting the performance out of it? Defense should be good. It's not. So, like I said, Vrabel should coach these guys up, get these guys ready for prime time, big game. Best team in the AFC we're going up against. So I think he's going to get them ready. He's going to get them excited, going to get them juiced up and amped and ready to play some football. I think it's going to be a close first half, but then I think Miami's talent is just going to take over in the second half. And I did write this one down here. I don't see it being very, very close at the end, and I think it's going to be 34-17 Miami over Tennessee. If we win this game, I will be shocked. You know, and if you guys say the draft pick, and I get that, to go to 5-8, you know, we miss out on a higher draft pick. But to beat a team like Miami on prime time, I'll still get happy for it. I'll still be happy. At the end of the day, I want to see this team win. I want to see us be able to, if we win out the rest of the way, I'll be happy with that, knowing, hey, guys, we are ready for next season. Let's start it right now. Let's go. So I'm always going to root for this team to win. I hope you guys will as well. Let's see what the young gun Will Levis has. I am so high on Will Levis. I just want to see him get some time to throw. I want to see him have a complement of wide receivers. So when Burke's here, hopefully gets acclimated again and he can start catching some footballs. Let's see what the guy's got. This is, in my opinion, what we're going to see in the rest of the season. I want to see what Will Levis has, what the offensive line has, and what our secondary can do with guys like Fulton out. I want to see what the young secondary guys can do. Give some of these undrafted guys a shot like Garor. Let's see what they can do. And guys, we'll talk after the game. I'll make a video. I'm back to, like I said, sorry, sometimes I get the cough still. I apologize. I tried my hardest not to cough during this video. Sometimes I get the cough still, but I'm like 80% normal. So I will be making a video after the game, probably on Tuesday after I break it down a little bit. But as always, guys, tighten up and we'll talk soon, guys.